So the first bag that I have sold is my Celine Classic Box in the medium size in the navy blue color and leash leather. Actually, this is such a classic bag. I used to love this bag so much, and even the time when I sold it, the bag is still in great condition. For the past few years, you probably know that I haven't been really wearing this bag, and the first reason is because actually this bag is a really heavy bag. Even I don't carry anything with me, the shoulder strap just sinking into my shoulder and I can feel it, and every time I go out, especially when I carry this bag for a really long time, my shoulder can't sustain it. And the other thing that I realized over the past few years is that a navy blue color is really hard color for me to wear with what I'm wearing right now. I just don't think it suits me anymore. Lesson learned is that I really wouldn't go for another blue bag. This year I finally realized that I do need to declutter as well to get rid of the things that I don't wear and don't enjoy anymore. This bag is currently retail for $3,950. When I sold it, the bag is, like I mentioned, it's in great condition, and there are some small wear in the inside of the bag and scratches on the hardware. I don't know if you want me to have another video just going to all the details, how to sell better price or stuff like that. In order to save some time, I didn't choose to sell this bag myself, and I did the online resale website, and I just got a quote from them and I feel the price is okay, so I give the bag to them. So I got a cash value of $1,270, which I definitely lost quite some money. A lot of you probably already know that selling bags really doesn't have like good resale value, and when you resell your selling bag and you have to lose a lot of money. These are all the things that we learned along our luxury journey, right? I just hope that my Classique can find a better home, find a new owner that love her and cherish her way better than I do. Then I'll be happy. The next bag that I sold, you may not be surprised because I mentioned it so many times I want to sell this bag. I just haven't done it. It's the Chloe Nile small in a calfskin and a white color with the bracelet handle. You can hand carry it with the bracelet, or you can crossbody it with the bracelet bag, and it's super cute, and it was really hot when it was first out many years ago. I haven't been carrying this bag for the longest time. The struggle is real is because that I knew I don't carry it, but I just wasn't ready to let it go for the longest time. This year, I finally figured that it is time to let this bag go. Some bags, like, you know, they're out of style, but you still feel okay to carry them. But a Chloe Nile feels to me, it's just like, I don't want to carry it. The other thing is that the capacity of the bag is a little bit too small for my lifestyle, and it also doesn't fit my phone. Just not a very practical option for me. I bought this bag when it was first out. Retail price for this one is $1,690 plus tax. I already know that I will lose a lot of money when I sell this Chloe bag, so I didn't even bother to sell myself. The bag was in excellent condition and I sold it via online resale website. I got $500 for this bag, and I did lose quite some money on this bag as well. If you want to save some money, definitely buy less trendy or seasonal bags. So the next one is not a bag that I sold this year, but I think I saw some comments asking about this bag on my other videos, so I think I included this bag as well, and I want to talk about it. It's my Chanel Classic Flap in the dark red color, caviar leather, silver hardware. I believe it was from the 17B collection, and I still have an unboxing video on my channel if you want to watch that video from 5 years ago. Some of you may remember that dark shade of red was super difficult to get, and I was madly in love with that dark red shade. I remember how much I used to love it, and I sold it long time ago. Basically what happened was, after I have had this bag for less than a year's time, I remembered, and one of the stitch stitch popped on top of the bag and it was in the shoulder strap area. I want to fix it. So I took it back to the Chanel boutique and they said, oh yeah, this is actually even less than a year and we're really happy to fix the stitching for you. Pop the stitch is considered a very easy fix. So they took the bag in to fix the stitch for me. When I picked up this bag, I realized the stitch was fixed, but the problem is that the leather part got peeled for some reason. I just don't know how that happened. I was not happy with how they fixed this bag, and then they were like, yeah, there's nothing else we can do. So I took my bag back. In the back of my mind, I was like, oh man, I wish I didn't go in to fix the stitch because the stitch is fixed, but now I have a peeled leather. This bag is just not as perfect as it used to be before. And the other thing I realized is that you could love something, but you're never gonna wear it. Like, I love this red Chanel Classic flap so much, but then I realized it really doesn't go with the outfits that I'm wearing. Also, classic flap size is pretty substantial, I would say. It's not a small bag and I don't want to have that big area of red with what I'm wearing when I go out. So the fact that I'm not wearing it, and every time when I saw that peeled leather after I got the stitch fixed, I wish I have a picture of how it looked, and then I'm just like getting more and more disappointed, more and more not liking that bag. So eventually I decided to let that bag go. So when I bought that red classic flap, it was $4,900 and I paid $416.50 for the tax. So total on that bag, I paid $5,316.50. And I sold the bag online myself back then, and I sold it for $4,800 after all the fees that I need to pay. It's actually not bad for a Chanel bag that I sold back then. If you want to sell the bag yourself, you always can sell a little bit higher than the other third party like online resale. They're providing a service to you, so they're gonna take a big cut. If you want me to go into details, I can absolutely have another video to talk about all. The next bag that I sold maybe is a big surprise to a lot of you, but actually it's not a big surprise to me myself from the bottom of my heart, and I knew that I wanted to let it go. It's actually my Chanel Classic flap in the pink color and caviar leather champagne gold hardware, and I think I bought in 2018. I liked that bag when I got it, but I knew deep down I don't like that bag as much as all my other bags. Like, you know, there's different levels. Like some bag you're like, okay, but some bag you're like, oh my god, I love it so much. That kind of difference. The main reason for me is for the past 2-3 years I haven't been wearing this bag almost at all. I'm just not liking this bag compared to my all other bags. If I have to pick one of the least favorite bag from my entire Chanel collection, that pink classic flap is my least favorite. And I know a lot of you love pink bags, and I think I like pink bags, but it's just not so much on my thing and it doesn't suit me. I also think I give it enough time for myself to figure out if I really like this bag. In the end, I just realized that I'm still not using it. It's a little waste, and I also wanted to declutter and really only keep the things that I'm really enjoying, that makes me really happy. So I bought this bag for $5,300 pre-tax, and I paid tax on top of it. I think if I sell the bag by myself online, I can definitely break even and potentially even make some money out of it based on the condition of the bag. And also the current retail price, as you know, it's $8,800. I won't be able to sell for that high, but I don't think I will have any problem to break even. You may know from my other videos, I'm just so busy this year and I have to deal with so many things in my life. Even I have some time, I want to reinvest my time into making YouTube videos and doing some other stuff that I really enjoy, Peloton, or I really love. I know I'm gonna lose money, but I decided to give it to the online resale website to have them deal with it. Basically, I give it to the online resale website and they pay me $5,300. So basically, I just lost the tax part after 4 years of owning this Chanel bag, which is okay to me. I also feel that I saved a lot of time had to dealing with taking pictures, upload it online, and I ship everything myself. To be honest, I have no regret selling all these bags that I mentioned to you since I'm not using them. I'm also really happy to declutter and only keep the things makes me really happy, spark a joy inside of me. I don't buy a lot of designer bags to begin with, and especially as I age, I do have to say that I have less regrets over the years as time goes by. I still ask myself, do I really love it, or I just like it every time when I make a luxury purchase? Obviously, you guys asked me about the price and you want me to share, and I'm very transparent about all these price details. Would you like another video on how to sell designer bags online and different methods and pros and cons and how to get better price even you are giving it to the online resale websites? Also, leave me a comment down below to let me know which designer bags that you have sold this year, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.